Clement Clarke Moore wrote the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," also called "A Visit from St. Nicholas," in 1822. It is now the tradition in many American families to read the poem every Christmas. The poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" has redefined our image of Christmas and Santa Claus. Prior to the creation of the story "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," St. Nicholas, the patron saint of children, had never been associated with sleighs or reindeer. Clement Moore, the author of the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," was a reticent man, and it was believed that a family friend, Miss H. Butler, sent a copy of the poem to the New York Sentinel, who published the poem. The condition of publication was that the author of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" was to remain anonymous. The first publication date was the 23rd of December, 1823, and it was an immediate success. It was not until 1844 that Clement Clarke Moore claimed ownership, when the work was included in a book of his poetry. "'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When on the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the windows I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of middays to objects below, when what my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof, and prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew up in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, oh, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. Laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." We hope you've enjoyed our rendition of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" by Clement Clarke Moore. And as always, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.